Hello, friends, and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another live session of our channel where we look forward to connect all of you uh, and listen to your queries, listen to your concerns, and look forward to assist you with your queries, concerns, doubts, clarification, whatsoever you may have. And we are back again, yet another live session of our channel where the only channel which I can claim which talks about testing queries and testing doubts and clarification. And we are happy to launch this session once again. And we will be looking forward to cater your needs and requirements related to testing certifications or beat about concepts. So feel free, go ahead, and we will be looking forward to hear from all of you. And like before, as usual, we just have our updates regarding the channel playlist. Of course, the very first thing is we are ongoing with our AI tester certification, and we certainly are progressing with that. It's a long thing and kind of like year end, like financial year end. So I have a lot of commitments with different projects and with different training. And the only thing which is holding me slightly back is like I'm committed till midnight and 2 a.m. in the morning. So I sometimes do not get enough time to kind of like prepare the videos very systematically, but looking forward to complete the series as soon as possible. So we'll be getting started with chapter 3 on AI tester and assisting you well. And meanwhile, we don't skip on our live sessions. We just want to make sure that we take some time out from our busy schedule. In fact, I just finished a session again today, and I thought we'll make sure we are there on the live session. So good to see you all. We have Rahul, Juhi, Tran, Molin, all saying hi, good evening. Good evening to all of you. Welcome aboard, and happy to see all of you. And good. The very first question coming in from Avik. Avik says, "Hello, sir. I have ISTQB exam on coming 18th. What will be your last minute suggestion? Like which things I need to well aware of to pass the exam?" Avik, you have really good time to quickly recap all the videos. So I would suggest go through all the videos once again with a fresh mind, considering that you don't know anything, which would help you to figure out anything which you would have missed. That will be the most important thing. And I'm only recommending this because you do have enough time, right? Right now today is just 4th of March, and you are writing on 18th, so you have almost around 15 days of time or slightly less, but yes, you can quickly recap all the videos which will cover any missing dots which you may have. Second, chapter 4 and chapter 5 are the most critical chapters, as you know yourself, and to a certain extent chapter 1 as well. You have 20 plus 8, 28 questions just from these three chapters: 1, 4, and 5. So I would never recommend you to take a chance with these three chapters. Make sure that you invest as much time as possible to cover any single terminology or beat about definitions, or and they do have a lot of bullet points, let me tell you, a lot of pointers which could be conflicting and confusing. And I want to make sure that you have been through these three chapters strongly well, so that that will act like a backbone for your examination. And other than that, I think the techniques are little critical, right? They can ask you any question at any point of time. So just be in a situation that let them ask any kind of scenario to you, and you should be able to figure out the right answer for the same, right? So I think that is what I would suggest you. And there are three mock papers available. So anytime, if you have already been through them, that's enough. You don't have to go anywhere. That's the biggest tip I'll give you. Don't go to any other portal. They do not have the valid and right questions for you. So that may confuse you altogether. So just stick to the three mock papers what we have. And if not, if you have not been through the sample question playlist of my channel, please go through these three sample paper discussion and answers, which will boost further more your confidence about how to pick up the right answer. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Avik, and all the very best for your examination. We will be waiting for you to come back and let us know that you succeeded with the examination, and we'll be happy to hear that. Rahul says, what is the difference between test basis and test work products? So test basis, as the name suggests, Rahul, basis is the reference what we use. For example, what is your basis to come to a graduation? What is your basis to come to testing? That is what is your reference. So when we refer anything, which is mostly like our requirement, design, or algorithms, flowcharts, no matter what you refer, you call all these parent documentation as your test basis because you're referring them as a basis to derive your test cases. And what you create as a part of testing lifecycle, you call it as test work products, right? So test work products are any documentation which the testing team creates within the testing lifecycle. So be it about test plan, test cases, test reports, defects, all these are testing work products which the testing team creates throughout the process of testing. All right. So you said foundation level. Yes, that's what it is. I hope I have answered your question and you're clear. If not, let me know. I'll look forward to answer more. Juhi Khan says, where should I solve numerical questions related to equivalence partitioning and boundary value analysis? So again, there are three mock papers which are standard, Juhi, and you would find mini sample examples or sample questions there. But there are nothing particular about the right set of questions outside ISTQB. Trust me, we have been through all the websites in these years based on many of the students' requests, and we found that none of the portals are having the valid set of questions. So I would say the three mock papers, what you have is more than enough to understand what could be the typical way of questions being asked to you. Other than that, currently we do not have any source for you to supply with preparing, especially on the techniques. But have the confidence. See, again, this examination is not about preparing from dumps. It's more about do you know what exactly it means? And if you know what exactly it means, then you don't have to worry about what the questions are. You just have to apply your skills and get to the right answer. Okay. So I hope I'm making sense here, Juhi. And if you have anything else, just let me know. Molin says, I have an upcoming CTL test analyst exam on 11th, which is this coming Saturday. Any tips for me as well? So, Molin, of course, the advanced level techniques are slightly more tricky. So, you have to agree to this fact, and it's completely different from foundation. In foundation, most of the data was provided to you in the question, and now in the advanced level, your questions will be slightly more complicated, like decision table. You will be asked to draw the table and come up with minimum collapsed or non-collapsed techniques like outcomes. Or same way, state transition will not be simple. You will be asked to apply zero switch, one switch, two switch, etc. And pairwise technique is there. So make sure that you have put your 100% effort towards these complicated techniques. And then the second thing will be the characteristics, the quality characteristics which are being covered, like suitability, adaptability, understandability, the usability part, user experience, and all that. So that would be very, very crucial for you. Rest, I think chapter one is pretty much the extension of the foundation, but it still has some new information like what is logical test cases, what is concrete test cases. And then we do have our risk-based testing, which is very small. You just have one question from there. So that should be all okay. And the chapter four is the critical part where you have and the review, right? Of course, the checklist, how you use in review, that is another important thing what you can take into account. So I think the most important part you have is chapter three and chapter four, which is the techniques and the quality characteristics. The major share of the questions and criticality lies there. So as I see you have 11th, you can still recap your chapter 3 and chapter 4 once again. That would give you the double confidence. But other chapters also equally, if you have enough time remaining, please do a recap of that. But don't mess with chapter 3 and chapter 4, which is the most important thing what you really need, right? So I hope that's what I had an advice for you at this point of time. And all the very best, Molin. Do let us know when you succeed with the examination. We'll be happy to hear back from you. Julie says, I have appeared one time ISTQB Foundation exam. Mostly questions comes to this topic. Okay, I think she was referring to one of the discussions. Thank you so much, Julie, for adding that. Avik says, thank you. Molan says, do you have more sample questions for TA exam preparation? Again, nobody has the courtesy or enough patience to create the advanced level question papers because they are scenario based and they are complicated as well. So that is one of the good example to tell everyone here that why I don't recommend any other portals. That if it was really valid, then other portals would have advanced level questions also. But trust me, there are no dumps released by ISTQB because they believe in certifying people when they are really expert in the content. People cannot pass ISTQB with dumps, and there are no dumps first of all, right? So you need to learn the concepts, be yourself a test analyst, or be yourself test engineer to pass any particular certification in ISTQB. Dumps will not help, and there are no dumps. So Arun says, is ISTQB Agile Foundation exam difficult? Depends on you, right? So in the terms of difficulty level, to be frank, I would say it's not difficult, subjected you have been through the syllabus, you have understood the concepts, right? It's not complicated as advanced levels of our ISTQB. But if you have been through foundation and you did not find any challenge there, then agile is much easier than that, because we don't have techniques, we don't have complications like test management and all that, right? So as far as we are removing the techniques part and chapter 5, which is test management, I don't think you really have any challenge remaining in the certification. So yes, agile tester will be comparatively more easy than the agile foundation level, but it has its own challenges and difficulties. Like, it's a new process. If you have been working with agile, then it is not a problem. But if you are new to agile and then you're learning, it would take slightly some effort, but it's not complicated or not difficult compared to foundation. Okay, and Tran says, as my thought, agile foundation is easy made. Yep, thank you so much for contributing. Rahul says, got it. Joey says, sir, please share mock test link. Okay, thank you for asking that. So here is my website to do the same job, and here is your link to mock test Juhi. If you want to practice, you can practice. You can even see the right answers to them after attempting your exam, and you can cross verify that where you went wrong, why you went wrong, etc. Anis, hello to the champion of ISTQB. Come on, I'm not the champion yet. So, if you have to choose one specialty between usability testing and security testing to be the master of it, and you are a software tester, what will you choose? Um, Again, thank you for your complimentary words, first of all, Anish, and good to see you back after a long time. When you talk about me looking forward to build my career, if I had to, then I would choose between usability and security. I will choose security, because usability is somewhat okay, but security is something which is must and are the most demanding thing. If a product is not user friendly, also people still learn to use that, right? For example, LinkedIn, compared to Naukri.com, compared to any other monster.com or something, LinkedIn is slightly complicated to understand for a new user, but still people learn, adapt, and get used to it. But security is something which cannot be compromised. Or if I'm talking about a day to day work, or talking about organizations, talking about products today, like banking segments or shopping carts and whatnot, everything has to go through a security parameter. So security is something which is going to be most demanding things. The way the cyber attacks are happening, the way the frauds are happening on different applications today, right? Security is certainly going to be a bright future for any individual. And I would certainly choose to become a security expert rather than usability expert, to make myself more niche and to the point, that how I cater myself to keep growing, right, over a period of time. And again, security has a lot of things for you to keep upgrading over a period of time. That means it is something which you can start today, but probably take 7 to 8 years, and then by then you will have something new, right? And you can consistently keep learning, because the products will change, AI will step in by that time, securities will be more enhanced, more advanced. So you will have something consistently to keep upgrading yourself, keep learning yourself, and there'll be no end to it, right? So if you really love challenges and you really want to make your career to a very, very exclusive level, I think I would suggest security testing to master. In fact, this is my personal feeling too. I wanted to go with it, but the only thing is that, as you understand, I'm quite stuck with my work and a lot of commitments with my professional work. So I don't really have enough time to prepare myself to build my understanding on security to the very high extent. So currently, yes, if you ask me personally, also I want to do that, but it's just that I'm quite busy and I have to find some time out to do it. Raul says test monitoring and control are supported by evaluation of exit criteria. What is meant by evaluation of exit criteria? Okay, before I talk about that statement, I would tell you something that what is monitoring and control? Because if I answer, I think that is where you are stuck. Because if you answer understand monitoring and control, you don't have this question at all. Okay, so monitoring and control is a process of monitoring the ongoing progress. For example, if I've planned to reach a point A to point B, then I don't know the destination, I don't know the route. I take help of Google Maps. Now, Google Map lays out a path for me that, hey, take this direction, take this route, and you will reach there at this time. Correct? And these are the kilometers. Now, when you start your journey, you will keep looking at the map to follow the directions what the lady is trying to tell you, like keep left, keep right, stay, turn right, turn left, continue in the roundabout in the second exit and all that, right? Now, what exactly that is called as? It's called as monitoring. Why are you monitoring? So that you don't get deviated from the plan. Because if you get deviated, it will take longer than the estimated time. Correct? And now, what is your destination? That's your exit criteria. That as soon as you reach point B, you will stop driving, right? You have reached your destination. And that's what I think now it makes completely sense that monitoring and control is all about consistently keeping an eye that how are you progressing? Are you on schedule? Are you getting deviated? If you are getting deviated, a control action will be taken that rerouting you, take a left turn and come back to this route, right? There's no other way to reach there. And as and when you keep monitoring, right? How many kilometers remaining, how many kilometers are, sorry, how much time is remaining to reach the destination. And that's what your exit criteria does. So evaluating exit criteria consistently will keep reminding you that have you reached your destination or not? No, 13 more minutes to go, 10 more minutes to go, 8 more minutes to go, and finally you will say 1 more minute to go and you will reach your destination is on the left. And that's how it decides that you are done with your work and you can stop testing. So now I hope your statement would make more sense that test monitoring and control are supported by evaluation of exit criteria. So consistently we keep checking how much more to go and where are we right now. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have anything else. Yeah, because in future there will be more cyber war compared to actual wars. Data is precious. Sure. Thank you for contributing, Rahul. And he says, thanks for security answer. Agree as an experienced software tester, and you have a lot of years of experience. What would be one thing if you have the power that you will change in the software testing? I think that's what I'm trying to do. Though I don't have the power, but I'm trying to do the process and artifacts. They all have their transformation for sure, but we cannot change anything in the process and the work products until unless we change the people's mindset. Generally, what I have seen myself as I keep doing a lot of sessions, throughout the year on testing itself. And I keep interacting with various types of testers across the world. And the common thing, what I've seen, testers are always hiding. They don't talk, they don't communicate. They think that my job is only to validate. And because of that, people have stopped respecting testers or think that testers' job is only to write test cases and execute them. But we do certain beyondly that, right? So certainly we do many things beyond that, and there are a lot of things what we get involved in. But we just don't communicate. We don't just raise up our hand and say that, hey, I had a question and I'm not going to agree with this. we don't conflict. Okay, you don't have discussions, you don't participate. So I have seen this on my personal note, and that's where I thought I'll do something for the community. And to finish that hesitation, what I've realized is that people are less knowledgeable to participate. And this is where I started my very first step here through this channel, is to educate testers in a way that you can go ahead and talk something. So the first and foremost thing is the knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, you will be more confident, and you will be looking forward to contribute in the sessions and let people feel that QA is not an easy job. When you get down from a flight, you always thank those beautiful, air hostesses, but you never have the courtesy to go down and thank a ground staff who made your flight really pleasure. Okay, it's not the air crew which makes your journey comfortable or journey successful. It's the ground staff which are scanning all your aircraft to make sure that nothing fails during takeoff, landing, or while you are in air, right? In fact, pilot only flies the aircraft, and there are a lot of automation, lot of autopilot options they have. Okay, they only control the directions and height and width. That's it. But a ground staff scans everything. So next time when you get an opportunity, thank a QA, not the decorators who are inside the flight. They do serve you with the food and your service, but they are not the one who are making your journey actually a pleasure, that you are landing alive. So that's the same thing what is happening in the world of QA as well, that people are disrespectful to the QA, and I want to change that for sure. One day, I'm sure with your support and your love and care, we will be able to make it that QAs will be the superior priority. That hey, if we have not taken an approval from QA, this requirement should not go into production. Or if we have not discussed with the QA, let's not implement it. And that's going to happen for sure. And I think it will take some time, maybe not just down the line after 1 or 2 days. It may take years, but of course it will happen. We want to build that respect for the QA community by upgrading all of you with having more certifications, having more knowledge, and having that belief that we are the people who are doing it, right? So Anish, I think that answers your question. Tran says, yeah, next Friday I'm going to take ATT. Hopefully that everything that will goes well. Of course, Tran, I know the number of certifications you have taken. So I'm pretty much sure that this is not going to be keeping you down for sure. And we'll be happy to hear back next week, Saturday, when we connect together. Rahul says, what is meant by test charter? Test charter is a log file which you use in the exploratory testing. So basically, it contains information like what is the exploratory session all about, who is doing it, what is happening, and basically like what time to what time, which module, which version, which environment. So you just have the short notes of the each session which you conduct through exploratory sessions. So generally we do not have any detailed documentation available or test cases available for exploratory session. Thus we use at least a log file, which certainly keeps us with a record that what exactly did you do in the exploratory session. Okay. And I do have more details available in my advanced level. So if you would like to just spend a moment and check out the exploratory session, we have covered about test charter, little more detail with example. Okay. And anyways, before I answer any more questions, team, just to drop a thumbs up, which lets YouTube know that we are doing a good initiative here through this live session, and let people come and ask their questions here, because still many people doesn't know that there is a live session happening here where they can go and ask their questions without any cost. So I would request all of you to at least let your friends, your colleagues know that if they have any questions, they can always join this live session and ask me. Okay, let's hear from Tahir. Tahir says, hi Neeraj bhai. Hello Tahir bhai. I also have a question regarding security testing. If I want to make a career in security testing, particularly in automotive security, cyber security, then ISTQB certification is first step. Um, of course, that will tell you and guide you with all the fundamental knowledge what you need about security, and then you can apply it to your domain. So of course, before domain comes the fundamentals. So without the basic outline, without the basic understanding of what exactly your cyber concepts or security concepts are, I think you may not be able to relate things, or you may not be able to apply things back into how to revolve things around automotive. So yes, the very first step will be, of course, to go with security testing and learn about the fundamentals and then apply it back into your domain. Okay, Juhi says, right now I'm manual tester in my company. After how many years to go to automation? How many years? How many years of experience do you have? Because there is no time for becoming automation tester, and anytime, like 1 year is what we recommend. I don't know whatever experience you have, but 1 year is what we say you can learn the fundamentals and scratch right from manual testing. But after that, it's high time for you to start learning automation and get into automation testing. So I'm pretty much sure that you must have at least 1 year of experience. So it's already time for you to start learning automation and start looking for automation role. Okay, Ilma or Lima, I don't know. It looks similar characters. So Lima Sukur says, "Hi sir, hope you can remember me." Yes, I remember last time too. I could not pronounce your name well. You corrected me. I did the FICT FICT examination. What is that FICT examination? And got 24 marks. Okay, FICT or something, foundation level. So I have to reattempt it. So what can I do more to prepare? I'm really sad that I thought I will pass the exam. So you don't have to really sort, okay? I failed my exam the first time. Let me tell you. Now I think you'll feel motivated. Yes, very frankly speaking, I failed the exam first time because it's like sometimes you think you know everything, but there are areas which are lacking, right? So I would suggest not to be shallow or not to be upset. Rather, be energetic and figure out with your scorecard that which chapters you lost your marks, right? With your result, you obviously get the breakup of your score, that which chapter you scored how much. So find out which chapters you lacked and of course start working on that, and that would help you to build up the second level of confidence, right? The first attempt, what happens, I generally say that, like, first attempt you might have just prepared it, but you were not really confident. That's the reason you slightly missed by a mark. But my objective here is not to give you 26 marks. My objective is here to give you 40 on 40, right? So in that context, try to figure out where exactly you lacked some of the knowledge, and then rework on those areas and revise what you have already learned. Because at the same time, you should not forget what you were good about, right? So do a quick recap, understanding that as if I don't know anything about it, and then relearn, but concentrate on those areas. And certainly, I'm sure you would not remember all the questions, but you remember some questions, and try to tackle those things, that why I could not answer it, what was the confusion, and clarify those confusions through the videos, through the syllabus, or me. My LinkedIn handle is right in the description, which I think hardly people notice that, because nobody goes to description. So feel free, ping me on LinkedIn. We can get on a call. We can sort you out with any kind of queries what you have. I keep attending. That's the reason I say, right, people say that who the hell works 20 hours a day? If I say, nobody generally believes that, oh, you must be faking. But let me tell you, this is what I do in the rest of the time. I connect with all these people who reach out to me through LinkedIn and give a call to them, give a 30 minutes or 1 hour slot, and talk to them and build the confidence in them and let them prepare again. So, this is what I do for the rest of my 4 to 5 hours in a day team, and which I don't publicly post anywhere or don't make a video out of it and post it on YouTube. Many people do that, I've seen. When they support anyone, they make a video, they make an Instagram reel and put it. But I think I don't really have to do that, so I don't post it. But this is what I keep doing behind the screen, and is all that, like, someone who needed it, if he is happy, I don't have to pose it to the market that I'm doing something as a courtesy, right? So I keep doing it, and that's the reason I'm quite engaged. But again, Elma, if you have anything, feel free to reach out to me through LinkedIn. And if in case you still have some queries, I can certainly work offline and help you there. Right? All the best. Anish says, thank you for your answer. Hope that tester's future is bright as your good soul, my friend. QA is essential, not a nice to have. And thank you for your hard work benefiting the community. Thank you so much, Anish. And yeah, let's hope we will be able to transform the world with the world of quality. Because the other reason which I'm trying to add here is because the today functionality is not a big deal. If you want to do something, you'll find 10 applications at least to do that job, right? But quality matters. So if I'm talking about development and releasing, I don't see a future of any product, because people don't look forward to have functionality today. People look forward to have the best quality available today. And quality certainly comes from testers, because people have lost their mindset that being a business analyst or PO or being a developer, that what is quality, because they never test, they never get involved, they think that it is all the responsibility of a tester. And that's the best point. Okay, let the world think QA and quality is our responsibility, and then we will really showcase to the world that yes, QA has a reliability, and without QA you cannot proceed. So that will be my weapon to bring it up at the right time, that hey, let's see how you can go and proceed with the product without a tester. But before that, I have to make my army ready to fight the war, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building my army and preparing them so that we can go and challenge for a war. Okay, Rahul says got it. Ilma says, what can I do more? So sorry, what can I do more to prepare for the exam? I think we already answered, so you should have the answer with you. Tran says, if I couldn't make it next Friday, then I'll skip your next daily Saturday session, though so shamefully. No, my sessions do not happen on Friday. My session happens on Saturday, or probably. I don't know which country you are in. For you, it might be still Friday or something. But we connect on Saturdays, right? So you, if in case you mix on the coming Saturday, very next Saturday, then obviously welcome Tran. We understand you. Okay, Rahul says, what is coverage criteria? Coverage criteria is again it's just a set of information which is threshold which we define on the coverage measurement. So when we talk about the functional coverage, conditional coverage, statement coverage, decision coverage, so there is a threshold defined for it. We say that at least 95% you know uh, test coverage should be achieved on this, or 95% statement coverage should be achieved, or precision coverage should be achieved. So that threshold, what we define for each coverage measurement, is what we call it as coverage criteria. Okay, that's a very straightforward. It's a metric. Tran says, if I sorry, Rahul Goyal, I think you should learn from the syllabus to get some general lectures though. Yeah, I think yeah, that's correct. You can certainly go, and I'm sure you're going through that. But yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions, team. It's not that if it is in my syllabus, I will not answer. But if there are anything which you think probably you have not been through the tutorials, I cannot reiterate the whole tutorial here. That's the reason we keep it short and simple. So if in case things are a little tricky, we'll always recommend you to go through the tutorials. But anyways, feel free to ask your questions. We'll be having that. All right, Sayak. Sayak is here. Thank you, sir. I've got a good score and cleared the certification of ISTQB CTFL. Congratulations, Sayak, if you're still here. And thank you for taking your time out to let us know the result. It really inspires all the audience on the call and many people who watch this as a video later, that yes, there are real users of these tutorials, and we add love back to the community, right? So it inspires directly, rather than me promoting my own content or letting you say that okay, go ahead and watch my content and all. I prefer my audience come and share the truth. Like Ilma said, she could not make it, right? And you said you could make it. So it both helps us to guide well the other audience, that hey, things can be incorrect also, things cannot be enough as well. So that answer what I provide to such questions, it certainly helps build people understanding that okay, what should I concentrate more on, or what should I really learn about. So thank you first of all by coming here and letting us know about your results, and congratulations on your success. It certainly means a lot to me and our audience for sure. It gives them inspiration and me motivation to keep up my good work and keep helping people through these initiatives and answering their questions. So thank you, Saik, for letting us know. Ilma says, thank you so much, sir. I'll try my best in the next exam. All the very best, Ilma, and we'll certainly look forward to assist you if you need any extended support. Right? Kulakirti. Kulakirti says, I want to know about automotive software testing. Is it good enough to pass the automotive software testing just by your automotive software testing? So you use the word three times, but you missed the exact word. The certification is ISTQB Automotive Tester, and yes, for sure, you can pass going through the playlist. And I think we have Tahir Bhai with us, and we have many other people on the live who have been through this tutorial and passed the examination. And I'm really proud enough to strongly recommend that yes, the playlist will help you to succeed with your examination. And I would, love to hear back from you. So all the very best, Kula, and do let me know if you have any other questions which I can answer. Rahul says, yeah, I have seen a lot of people giving you credit on the LinkedIn for clearing the ISTQB exam. Yes, people keep talking, and I don't publicly, disclose that offline what I'm doing for people to make them happen. But I'm not talking about training. To be frank, I don't take any offline trainings. I don't charge people. I tell them that everything is in the video. If you just go through that, you can pass the exam. But if you have any queries after going through the videos, then get in touch. We will have a call and we'll clarify your doubts. If not, live sessions are here. You can come and ask your questions, anything. But I don't take offline sessions. I don't charge people for any personal sessions. I don't have time, first of all. Many people, I still have a few hundred mails which I have to reply for this week. People who have asked that, hey, when can we attend a training with you? Personal training, and we are ready to pay anything what you want. I said, it's not about money, it's more about the time which I have and which I cannot allocate. So sometimes people feel really bad that this instructor is not available, but we cannot justify everyone, right? How busy we are or how complicated our schedule is. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. We don't have enough time to do some more service for you. K. Rahul says, what is meant by capturing bidirectional traceability? So bidirectional traceability is basically mapping the test basis with the test work product. For example, if you have derived 20 test cases from a particular requirement, then you should map it back to that particular requirement. So that linking, okay, linking your requirement with all the test cases which are related to it is called as bidirectional traceability. So we call it as RTM, where you can go to requirements and see what are the test cases linked to it, or you can go to test case and find out which requirement does it belong to. So as you can see it from both the sides, you call it as bidirectional traceability. Okay, Sayak says, I'm here, sir. Oh, yeah, because generally people sometimes they drop the message and they drop. So thank you for letting me know you're here. I really appreciate people who help others without any hesitation. I got more than 30. Now I won't say the actual marks. We really don't need that, but more than 30 is really big deal, to be frank. And we are happy to hear that people have made it to that level that they were just not targeting 26 and they could make it more than 30. That's really good. So we want to promote similar things to all our audience that see, when someone can do it, anybody can do it, is what I believe. And it's all within you. All power is within you. All you have to do is just believe in yourself and do it. So some dedication, some effort is always a must. You cannot sit at home and sleep and expect that you will win the situation. You have to get up, right? So thank you, Saik, for adding more. And music with Pari. Hi, Pari. Sarah cleared ITV last week just by seeing your videos. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations, Pari, and thank you so much for letting us know about your result. It's really good to see good results coming up, one after the other. And we are happy that you could take some time out and let us know about it. So, sure, we wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors. And to you also, Saik, wishing you all the very best for all your future endeavors. Saik says, I have given the exam from Indian Testing Board website. Can you please tell me how I will receive my certificate? Can I get a soft copy? Yes, you will get the soft copy in 4 weeks of time. Again, don't ask me the reason why it takes 4 weeks to get the soft copy. That you can check with ITB. Okay, but they generally take around 4 weeks of time to give you the soft copy certificate. Okay, I'm not sure if they're still sending those hard copy laminated things. Earlier, they used to send the thing what is on the wall is not decorated by me. This is how they send it. They frame it, everything, and they send by courier. But I'm not sure now they are still doing it or not. But I remember the last session which I did. They said 4 weeks they take to send the digital copy also. So rest you can check with ITB and follow up with them. Rahul says, got it. Sayak says, I'm sending you an invitation on LinkedIn. Hope you will accept it. I will accept it for sure because I do not reject any request, to be frank, because I know people might be coming from different references and I'm no one and I don't have any kind of powers to reject somebody's request who is coming to me. So, yes, please go ahead and share it and I would certainly accept, which I'm admitting on my call. And I always accept it. I don't reject any request. There's no point rejecting, right? Why would you reject somebody's request? So I don't think there's a reason for it. You should obviously would like to grow your network and more people getting attached to you is always good about you. What is structural coverage? That's your chapter 4. Okay. Chapter 4 statement coverage and decision coverage is what you call it as structure coverage. Those details are practical, so I cannot explain you on verbal note, Rahul. I would suggest you please go through 4.3. Okay. 4.3 is the segment where we have covered statement coverage and decision coverage. And that would answer exactly your question that what is structural coverage. Okay, so coverage in white box testing is what you call it as structural coverage. Murillo says, I have achieved my CTFL TA certification last Monday. Your YT content helped me a lot. Thanks. Thanks, Murillo. I'm pretty much sure that you liked the content and it was, of course, helpful as you mentioned. So, congratulations on the success. And thank you for taking some time out and letting me know. And we wish you all the very best in your future endeavors and future certifications. It's really, really good to see we have a big global audience and from different countries. So we kind of like look forward to assist everyone in the world. That's the reason I think this is for everyone that many people requested me that why don't you take the tutorials in Hindi? And I was like, my audience is not limited to India. And moreover, at the end of the day, when you have to work in a culture where everything is in English, and when you have to write the examination in English, then I don't see a point learning things in Hindi, right? So it's not about I disrespect my country language. It's more about catering a wider community, right? If I just make the videos in Hindi, it may not help you. You may be able to learn, but you will not be able to learn the terminologies, the words, etc. That's the reason I've never prepared. I've been asked this from a long time, like maybe more than 1 year. People have been asking to prepare in Hindi, but I said, trust me, if you learn in Hindi, you will not pass. Okay, you may not pass the examination because the examination will be in English, but at least through these English tutorials, you will be able to grab those words in your mind that hey, this is a standard term like test basis, test condition, traceability, procedure. So if I tell them in Hindi also, they will not be able to relate back to the English terminology. So that would be the biggest challenge what my people will face, of course, here back in India, and I don't want them to put in trouble. Then, of course, I will have a very bad name, to be frank. People will say that, hey, this guy tried explaining in Hindi, but he doesn't know anything. So when I know that this will not work out, no matter how many people request, I may have to say no to them. And that's the reason. Another reason was on top of it that I wanted to cater global audience because I had audience from entire world already because I've been to more than 26 countries as of now, and I have been, you know, serving a lot of companies across the world. So my audience was anyways not limited to India. So we thought we'll just make it in a internationalized language, which will be common for everyone in across the world. So I think that makes total sense. And thank you so much, Marilo, again for participating in here and letting us know about your result. Saik says, Rahul Goel, please watch his tutorials and follow the syllabus. Google your doubts and clear your concepts by yourself, which will clear your concept more clearly. Okay. um, Asking questions here simply doesn't make sense. We are here to thank the person who helped us to clear the certification and to be more connected. Thank you for your contribution, Saik, but we again, we don't discourage anyone who may feel that this live session will be helpful for them. But a very good advice, I must, appreciate that for sure. So Rahul, I would say if you go through the entire playlist once for sure, and we have two playlists, it would really give you complete alignment. But I certainly encourage people coming here and asking questions, so I cannot deny your queries. And moreover, this session is about live Q&A also, so you can feel free to ask your questions. But Sayak is not wrong. Please don't take comments from Sayak in a wrong way. She or he, whatever, she or he is absolutely correct that the playlist has been aligned in a way that you get a lot of things, not only the questions what you're trying to ask, but many other things will be connecting your dots, right? So please spend your time there, and you would certainly have a very, very good understanding of what exactly it is, and that would make more sense compared to I think randomly getting clarified. But if you have already been through playlist and you had these questions, then trust me, I'm happy to answer. Okay. And yeah, you're going through the STQB document. Okay, sure. Either way. So just complete it. Things are connected there. Okay. It's not that single chapter has all the answers. You get some answers in the other chapters. All the six chapters is combined together. So go through the entire thing. But again, feel free. I'm not restricting you to ask your questions at all. Feel free to raise your concerns. Just respecting Saik's comment that you should not misunderstand him or her at any point of time. Okay, that's just something which people love about this channel for sure. Okay, and thank you so much for your input, Saik. I totally respect that too. What is KPI? KPI is not something what you can understand at foundation level. I would rather say that KPI is more for the managers, and it has been discussed in the test manager level. It might have been used as a reference word in the foundation level syllabus, so you can ignore it. But just for answering your question, I would say the KPI stands for Key Performance Indicators. And key performance indicators are those matrices which the management uses to track the thresholds and track the overall progress made at any point of time and how well we have achieved the required matrices to meet the contractual requirements. Now you would understand why I was not ready to answer this. Okay. The wordings, the language, what I've used here is totally going to go bouncer because this is an advanced level, manager level concept, and that may not be understandable at this point of time. Okay. So, anyways, this session will be recorded and published as a video. If you think you need to recap any of the answers, so you can, okay, if you got it, fantastic. I really appreciate that if you got it. But yeah, this is what it is. Okay. It are a set of matrices which are used. Okay, Saik, yes, I'm not discouraging you, Rahul. I'm just saying that needs to be done. Go through the entire playlist and syllabus, then ask questions, and I guarantee you'll have. Okay, thank you so much for understanding. And Rahul, thank you too as well that you didn't mind anything. Here again, we are all a community, we are a family here, and we just help each other. We are no one to discourage anyone. And none of us here, especially the family on our channel, is very kind hearted. And if you go through the comments of our videos, which I keep seeing sometime, today I'm so busy that I have at least 2 weeks comment pending for me to respond back, but I'll take some time out today to respond back to all of them. uh, is sometimes so tight that I can't even respond back on the comment. That's the reason I'll do this live at least that people can come here. So our family, like TM Square family, is such a way that even the people who ask questions, some other people itself respond to them that hey, this is what it means. So they don't really wait for me to respond back. Rather, they help each other, and I've observed this many times. They look forward to assist each other. So that's what I love about what I'm trying to create here as a community. So Thank you for understanding. Afaq says, thank you, sir. Afaq, thank you so much. But I understand for the tutorials for sure. But if you have anything else, feel free to let us know and you can express it here. And finally, getting a breath. So 15 minutes over, non-stop talking. Good about this live session. This is what I love, that I come here to talk, not to just share my status update, create my vlog, that hey, what I did do for the 1 week and what my day has been. But this session is to answer your questions. And thank you for keeping me talking for at least 50 minutes, which I love about this live session. Right? If I nobody ask any questions, what would I do here sitting idle? This live session is not to record and not doing anything session, right? So yes, it's good to see that we had a lot of questions today as well, but we still have 10 minutes more to go from this live session. If anyone thinks there are any more questions, feel free. We are happy to hear from you. We are happy to further respond any remaining queries whatsoever you may have. And team, if in case you love traveling, okay, in case you love maintaining work life balance, I've got my other channel to let you know. If in case you have not been through that, I have another channel which I recently started, and this channel is totally out of the context, and we call it as Raj's Odyssey. I just started to utilize some of my time whenever I have some time, not every day, to live my personal life as well outside the professional world. Let me tell you, in the past 13 years, as we don't have any question, let's talk about this. So I'll come back to your question, Raul. So as I have, in 13 years, the way I have traveled, the way I have delivered sessions, the way I have, given my time for training and living my passion, which is obviously about teaching and expressing, sharing knowledge, has been so hectic that I hardly found some time for myself. Let me tell you, in 13 years, I have done the job of 26 years. Okay, 26 years of experience, you can say, because we don't work, any individual doesn't work with so many companies in their entire lifetime, which I have done in just 13 years. Okay, and traveling, teaching, every question is unique, everything is unique, which sometime you know builds our mindset in a way that okay, let me take some break. And that is where I thought I'll just go and start something to manage my work life balance. And I thought I'll just go riding and do some vlogging as well to share with all of you. And if anyone here loves motor vlogging, or motor vlogging, like, we don't do stunts. In fact, you cannot expect that from me for sure. I know that. But we love traveling to places and sharing some good knowledge with all of you, or sharing our experiences of traveling around the places, and also giving you some good destinations. So if you are one among who love it, feel free to be a part of this channel too, and you can watch the videos to explore new places as well. And you can certainly kind of listen to the conversations on the way, which are really really uh, sometimes very good. I talk sometimes motivational things when I'm very very free. So that would be a good source of knowledge and information for you too, or at least just for relaxing. You can watch the videos, right? So thank you so much for your support on that, and we look forward to see you there. Anyways, Rahul had another question. What about freelancing as well as doing job in testing? Is it possible or legal? Uh, it's not about being legal or being possible. It's more about like what your current company has to say. For example, sometimes the companies which you're working for, they restrict people from dual employability. So if your policy or offer letter has that clause that you cannot work with another company while you are engaged with us, then you cannot do it. Okay, you can do it subjected nobody in that company comes to know that you're doing something, right? So never use the same laptop. Use another laptop. Okay. Second thing is, yes, it is possible. You can always find out a lot of contract jobs are available for you where they don't um, kind of like, ask you for any particular details like, deducting income tax, PF, and all that. So you can go ahead and do the contract one, which then that can help you. Fatigue, fatigue, it totally depends on you, Rahul. We cannot make any comment. So, for example, I work with three companies right now. But again, I'm a freelancer, so I don't have any restrictions. So I work with three companies and do my trainings as well. So I do 9 to 6 trainings, and then I do work from 6 to 2 a.m., which is for three different companies, and I've worked with them as a visiting consultant. Like I'm only available for them like 3 to 4 hours of time randomly, and I just scatter them with their expectations and needs. So it depends how much energy level you have. I must be sure that you are younger than me for sure. So if you're younger than me, then you have more energy level than me. But I think I'm gonna kind of retire in under 7 years of time or so, and then work on some revolutionary things or innovations in the world of testing. So I'm just working hard myself to set up whatever I can set up, and then after that I'll just kind of like start working for a community instead of doing work. So yes, fatigue is always there, but it depends on your energy and dedication, that how dedicated you are to make yourself more kind of like knowledgeable, wealthy. Of course, that's another thing. Nobody does it for free of cost, so you certainly earn money from each of the things. So it depends how much time you can really allocate, and what are your other pleasures, right? If you love going out, love visiting places, then I think you will never be what do you call it, sincere to your work. You will always try to skip the calls, or you will say I'm outside today and this that, and you may not be able to commit. But if you're very dedicated to have really something for yourself, then yes, it depends on you. So fatigue is not limited. Okay, it depends on how much you are getting in return and how much you are happy about it. So yes, you can do it. Yeah, working more than 8 hours. See, point is like when you have inspiration, right? When you have motivation to achieve something, then you do it. All I would say. For example, if you have to go and catch a flight, probably to go somewhere like for a vacation, don't you have sleepless nights? I'm sure everyone will have sleepless nights when you have to go for vacation, and that's the most exciting trip. Yeah, literally me. Initially, when I used to travel to Singapore, Malaysia, and all, I really never used to get sleep because I was so excited that hey, I'm going to Malaysia, I'm going to sit in an international flight, and going to a different country, meet new people, and all that. But now it becomes very common for me, so I get sleep, proper sleep. I sleep. Somebody wakes me up that hey, get up, your flight time is done now. So point is, this is what it is. So, yes, when you are inspired and motivated to achieve something, then it certainly goes beyond 8 hours. And the culture teaches you. The IT culture in India is not about 8 hours. This number is wrong. Let me tell you, nobody works 8 hours a day until unless you are fresher for 6 months to 1 year. After 1 year, the moment you become senior, after 1 year, the moment you become senior, you have responsibilities and you will always work beyond 9 hours. Okay? None of the corporate industry works exactly for 8 hours, though you fill timesheets for 8 hours. Okay, but you always work more than 8 hours. So trust me, things are not just limited. But yes, until unless you try, right? Until unless you give it a try, you will never come to know what is your stamina, right? But again, health wise, it is not good. Okay, health wise, it is not good. You must have at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep for sure. Okay, we never recommend you that you should have sleepless nights or for on a regular basis. One day is fine. Excitement is for one day, not for 1 month. So if you don't have proper sleep around a week also, your health will start decrementing. And you can see I'm right in front of you. I'm not looking like a patient for sure, and I have a good health and I'm happy. I'm talking to you. I'm not feeling sick. That means I'm having my proper sleep, how much I need. But when you talk about people who love going to gym or they love jogging, they generally wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, though they sleep around 11 or 12. So they do sleep for 5 hours, and 5 hours is also enough. So 5 to 7 hours sleep is must, which I'm doing. So that recovers your body, recovers your eyes. And I don't wear specs, which you can certainly say. But right now I have three machines on my desk which are open, and I'm working parallelly on three machines right now. So there are like a lot of things, different clients, different machines. So point is, fatigue will only be declared when you try it out. Yes, initially you will feel some difference because initially you used to sleep for 8 hours and suddenly it will reduce to 6 hours. But I would say don't work late night, which is not good for your health. Try to close second work or whatever extra work you're doing by 12. 12 is last. 12 to 6, have a good sleep and then wake up at 7 or 6:30. That should be fine. And that is more than enough. You don't need to sleep too much also. Okay. I hope that should answer your question. And here we hit the hour. So we are done with an hour of our live session. And I'm really happy that I didn't have a break in the end, in the entire session of the day. And I'm really happy to see that a lot of people came here and asked their questions. Great news and a lot of support from all of you. This is all what my inspiration is, team. When you look forward to come back and let us know good things about our channel. You know, uh, look at us as kind of like, yes, you are someone who is helping us. So we feel really happy at somewhere in the heart that yes, we are doing something good for the community, and community is loving it. Not everybody's work people love. They say that, hey, why are you worried about that? So when people love it, you get the return back, and you feel really happy, and that's all what we need, right? Tahir says, life changing lesson, Neeraj bhai. You are such a gem, real brother for all of us. Thank you. Thank you so much for it. And we look forward to do more and more for the community. That's what my goal is right now. So thank you once again, team, for taking your time out and being a part of this live session. I would really like to appreciate every individual here for being a part of this live session and contributing by your questions, because this session is a complete failure without your participation. So, as usual, that's all from this particular live session, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for being a part of this live session, team, and happy learning. Take care. See you next weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. Take care. Bye bye.